Welcome to the Bristol 48-Hour Puppet Film Challenge 2023.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So what is the Bristol 48-Hour Film Challenge, I hear you scream? Well, it's an event we host here in Bristol at Puppet Place, where people have only 48 hours to create an original puppet film. This means they need to devise, make, shoot, edit and score their films all within 48 hours. Now, this year it was held in September and took place over the 15th to 17th of September. And if you're watching this live, then that was last weekend, and I'm sure some of you are still very tired. Now, the event starts at 7 p.m. on the Friday, and this is when we announce the challenge prompts. And we do this every year for the challenge. The challenge prompts consist of an action, an item, and a theme, and our challengers must include these prompts in their film. Now, this year's prompts were the action of open, the item of glass, and the theme of power. Ooh, I know, right? We are so excited by all the films that have been entered into this year's competition, and we can't wait to share the top 10 and award winners with you now. But first, let's tell you a little bit about Puppet Place.
Puppet Place is the home for puppetry in the southwest. Based in Bristol's historic harbourside, our building houses creative businesses and artists. Established as a charity over 40 years ago to support puppetry practitioners in the region, we have grown into a thriving community network. Together, we seek to innovate, research and develop, to nurture new ideas and emerging talent, to further develop the art form of puppetry and engage with the public through our work.
That is amazing!
Puppetry is any practice that brings the inanimate to life. As such, Puppet Place embraces all forms of puppetry and related fields, such as animation, film, theatre, visual and interactive arts, creative technologies and robotics. From design and fabrication to devising and manipulation, it takes skill, passion and imagination to breathe life into a puppet. Public engagement and accessibility within the arts are at the heart of our goals. To achieve this, we work closely with organisations in the cultural and higher education sectors and specialists in access and inclusion. Through the Bristol Festival of Puppetry, we have served audiences of over 30,000, while our creative community engages hundreds of thousands nationally and internationally, and millions via film and television and online. Our vision is to evolve Puppet Place's current home into a centre of innovation for puppetry. A space where we can deliver the training and research necessary to develop both practitioners and audiences. We seek to expand Bristol's world-class puppetry and animation sector, to create new jobs, more mentorship and training opportunities, to cement Spike Island and the historic harbourside as a cultural destination.
So that was a little bit about Puppet Place. Now I know you guys want to see the puppet films, but we've got one other thing to show you first. Now, if you've been joining us over the weekend, you have had the opportunity to see every single film that's been entered in the 2023 competition. But tonight's finale is going to highlight our top 10 and our award winners. And of course, you can't just have little old me just picking any random old film, can you? No! We need a fabulous team of judges to do all the hard work for me. So let's introduce you to the 2023 judging panel.
Hello, my name is Nicolette Santino, and I've been a puppeteer for the last 11 years. I got my start at the Jim Henson Company, and since then I've worked on The Muppets, and Earth to Ned, and The Barbarian and the Troll, Crank Yankers, and right now I am on tour with Coldplay playing the character Angel Moon, who sings with Chris Martin.
Hi there, my name is Anurupa Roy, and I'm a puppeteer, a puppet designer, and a director for puppet theatre. I run a puppet theatre company called Kat Katha Puppet Arts Trust in New Delhi, India. The company just turned 25 years. We use all kinds of puppets, from little miniatures to traditional puppets like this, which are behind me, and also even giant puppets and shadow puppets. This year, we also began an international puppet film festival in New Delhi, India, called Puppetoscope. I have been absolutely delighted to be a judge at the 48-hour film challenge. We saw some fantastic films.
Hi there, I'm Brian Fisher. I've tried to record this about 100 times, and every time I sounded like I was going to sell you something. So I'm going to try to move on as quickly as I can. I'm a puppeteer within the industry. I run Practic Creations, which is a company based out of Caldecott. We design, build, and facilitate puppeteers for practical, special, and reference effects within the industry. And I am so honored to have been one of your judges. So thank you for allowing me to do this. I was so blown away by everything that you've done, and I hope that you all have a great time. I'm sorry I can't be there. I would love to meet all of you in person, but you've been incredible. I wish you all the best, and thank you so much for giving me such an enjoyable amount of time watching your films. Truly beautiful, truly inspiring. I'm honored. So thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us, judges, for the 2023 challenge. We can't wait to hear what you have to say about our top films. Speaking of top films, I think it's about time we found out which films have made it into this year's finale. Good luck, everyone. You all did such an amazing job, and we are now excited to share with you the top films of the 2023 Bristol Puppet Challenge.
Power.
Open glass?
Not now, Merc. We have work to do. You see, when I was a young tadpole...
Fauché, stop!
Yes, you're right. The mouse would have me over a barrel. He should be so lucky.
Ooh, someone's laying down a beat.
When I was young, I wanted one thing only, and that one thing was a water pony. But they didn't exist, you see. I had to make one, but my power was low, and so I was forsaken. But now I've grown older, I've grown a bit bolder. There's a power that's greater, or so I've been told, yeah. It'll grant all our wishes I've stored in this folder. So let's steam ahead before we get a bit colder. Bring me my things. I need a board and a planchet. A glass will do. Oh, and my tartan red blanket. We'll need a candle, a spark, a box of old dark, a gecko's ear, and a chap called Mark. Hello. Not you, darling. I'll see you next week. Merc, I need a bushel of sparrow's teeth. So that's all we'll need. I think we're all set. Oh, that's not a sparrow. That's someone's pet. That won't do. I'll feel like a meanie. Let's open this portal and summon a genie. I know what I want, it's been the same for some time. My taste is perfect, my fashion divine. The only thing left is power that's mine. I wish for power. If I can't have power, I'll have everything else. The bottom, the middle, the whole top shelf. Riches galore, gems and more. Who needs power? I wish for well. If I was younger, I would have said love. Now that I'm older, I know I'm enough. I don't need love. I hate people near me. All I wish is for people to fear me. Really? Seriously? What will you grant? What if I wanted a pineapple plant? I wish that mermaids all died with their insides outside, and the grotesque was pretty and Merc was more witty. For jets and skis and jet skis and more, that Escort would get back together and tour. Give me a colour that nobody's seen. I want something so mean.
I'm not a genie, you slimy old fish. I'm a blood demon, I won't grant your wish. You've given me power, my wishes are free. Your wishes are mine, so burn out to me. I wish we stayed at home. Huh? Huh?
Get ready to hear about the deal of the century. Not half price, not a quarter of the price, but we're offering you the chance to expand your family for the low, low price of £1. Yes, that's right, folks, £1. Feeling lonely? Well, open your hearts and your homes to a darling child. Let your worries float away and lullaby a baby in our closing down sale today. Terms and conditions apply. We have a strict no return policy, nor are we liable for any damage or personal injury resulting from the child.
This just in, a nationwide product recall has been announced today by Lullaby Baby Co. The company filed for bankruptcy last week, and in their closing down sale, where they were selling children for the price of £1, has been linked to many abductions across the country. These children are thought to be armed and dangerous, so if you see a child, do not approach.
Outside the rain is pouring, inside the tea is warming. It would taste better to share it with you. We'll tiptoe down the garden, full bloom 'cause spring is started. It would be better with someone new. Gets lonely in the forest, love bugs will sing their chorus. I hear them calling to you. Now I know what was missing. I'll trade you leaves for kisses and taste the sweet of morning dew. Clear out the web, start Dust off the spiders, fix up my head. Hope you don't mind the cold in the shed. I think we'll be just fine.
I wish I had a friend.
Do you want to be friends?
Yeah.
I've been lonely all my life. I've gone through so much hardship and strife, but that doesn't matter today. I've got a new friend and he's here to stay. Someone to always be by my side, someone to always understand my insides, someone who always treats me right.
Hey man, got a light?
He's a slightly strange guy. He sometimes makes me cry. I think he's super, super cool. Maybe he goes to a different school. Someone to always be by my side, someone to always understand my insides, someone who always is lots of fun.
Come on dude, we gotta run!
It's hard to believe he's been sent by the pond, but I've got to trust the powers from far beyond. He's my new best friend until the end. Thank you, pond, he's my new friend.
These last 4 minutes have been the happiest days of my life. And it's like I tell you, never talk to a cop without a lawyer present.
Okay.
That's my boy.
Hello. I'm from the wishing pond. You wished for a friend?
I already have a friend.
I don't see anyone.
No, they were right there.
Oi! Oi! Oh, come on, get out of it! Get out of it! Sing your hook! Come on, you pesky seagull! Oi! Come on! Oh, I do love polishing your box, my darling. Well, it's the only joy I've got these days. Oh, it's all done now.
Oi! Oh, Pamela! What are you doing?
Oh, nothing, boss. I'm just cleaning up the sultana.
You're supposed to clean it with a cloth, not your mouth.
No,
You're fired.
no, boss. I can't afford to lose my job at the minute. You know what it's like. Come on.
What are you looking at, you rusty pile of junk? Wish I could just sit in a box all day.
Congratulations to the top 10. You have all done an amazing job, and it's really surprising to see what some people can achieve in only 48 hours. Now, before we show you which films have won our awards this year, we have another film to show you, and some of you might recognise this from the screening. Now, earlier on in the year, I was approached by the Broken Puppet Theatre Company, saying how they really wanted to take part in this event, but due to the physical needs of their members, they are just unable. They can't physically do it. And we really didn't like the idea that people can't partake because of that reason. We're really trying to improve our inclusivity and diversity here at Puppet Place. So working with Claire from Broken Puppet Theatre Company, we came up with an idea we're trialling this year. And that's a side category where certain companies or groups of individuals can partake in the event, but the 48 hours is spread over a longer period of time, meaning that people with different needs can still take part in this physically demanding challenge. So the film you're about to see has been made by the Broken Puppet Theatre Company in 48 hours, but over the course of about 2 months. Broken Puppet Theatre Company are also going to introduce themselves to you now, so you can find out a bit more about the work that they're championing and just what they are doing, well, just the amazing stuff they're doing for the puppet community right now. So thank you so much for joining us this year, and we hope you enjoy their film.
Okay. Shall I tell them about the Inclusive Puppetry Alliance?
Yeah, do it. I'm just here to look good.
So here at Broken Puppet Theatre Company, we have launched a new initiative called the Inclusive Puppetry Alliance.
What's that?
It's a project for artists who want to learn puppetry, but who also have a chronic illness or a disability. And we help them to make work with puppets.
Cool. Can I get involved?
Definitely.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we should get back to filming, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me sort this out.
Puppeteers!
Thanks for joining us, Broken Puppet Theatre. We look forward to working with you on this in the future. Now, it's time to find out which films have won our award categories. And what better place to start off with finding out who has won the Best of Under 15s. And the winner of Under 15s is... A Walk in the Woods by Hannah Burnett.
Look at that really, really big tree. La 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 la. Huh. La 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 la. La 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 la. It's a really tiny door.
Oh, no. Oh, no, no.
Who dares awaken me from my slumber? Now witness my power! One moment, please. Almost ready. Here you go. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Also, one more thing. Mmm. Thank you for watching.
Congratulations to our 15 and under winner, A Walk in the Woods.
That traveling sequence was phenomenal. I enjoyed every second of it. I enjoyed it. I totally loved it.
I loved the character design. I loved the cartoon drawings. It was just cute and gorgeous. I think my favorite part about this film was the journey through the door and underground. I loved the idea of the tunnel that was created with the cardboard and the miniature design of the character walking through and climbing down. Very clever, very, very cute.
There were a lot of techniques used, and they were all interspersed very well together. Sometimes, if you're changing the language of the way that you're filming things, it can be very jarring, and this one just heightened the sense of enjoyment I had for the film. Every single time something new would happen, every time there would be a 2D character versus a 3D versus a human wearing gloves versus the puppet, it just seemed to enhance it somehow. So I thought it was such a nice piece, put together very enjoyably.
I also loved the robot that created the dessert with the human face and the spitting of the cherry out. Nice. Congratulations.
Congratulations to our Under 15s winner. What an amazing film you guys managed to do in only 48 hours. Oh, so good. The Best of Under 15s has won a bespoke puppet made by a resident artist of Puppet Place. Now let's find out who has won the Puppetry Award for the 2023 challenge. And the Puppetry Award goes to... The Power of Love by the Casbah Puppet Studio.
Congratulations to The Power of Love for winning the Puppetry Award. Oh my goodness. The puppetry was just gorgeous. It was gorgeous. The Bunraku style was very impressive. It's very hard to do that.
Sometimes it can be hard to pinpoint why the puppetry stands out. And I think that's often a sign of good puppetry. When there's an intangible quality to it that you can't explain, but that affects you emotionally, that is good puppetry.
The movement of this film was so fluid and everything was balanced perfectly. The feet weren't over here and the body wasn't over here. It was just very realistic, very perfect.
Puppetry is the manipulation of objects to bring them to life, or the ability to listen to the objects and give them the life that they already have. And with these puppets, I felt there was a life within them that was coming out rather than being imposed upon them.
And I loved how the clown moved on from one circus lady immediately to the next one with the pictures. Like, he has 2 pictures on his desk. I thought that was really funny. I don't know if it was supposed to be funny, but I laughed and I I really enjoyed this one. It was very sweet too, and very sad and funny, and it was great.
The specificity and delicacy of the movement was really something special.
Congratulations to the winners of the Puppetry Award. You guys really did a good job. You have won a bespoke medal made here at Puppet Place, as well as Puppet Place Associate Artist Membership. Now, we also have 2 other awards to talk about, which is the 16 to 21 age category and the Best of Bristol. But wouldn't you know, one of the top 3 films has won both of those awards as well. So we will announce who has won that as we tell you our top 3.
But first, let's find out our judges' honourable mentions.
Generational trauma is my honourable mention. I love object theatre. It's one of my favourite forms of puppetry, and I don't think it can ever be understated. When I introduce people to puppetry, I begin with object theatre. And this isn't to say that this is the simplest form of puppetry. In fact, I think it's some of the most complex puppetry that you can do. Anytime that you take something and boil it down to its very simplest form, you have to be specific and you have to be understanding and respectful of what it is that you're working with. I think this piece took these objects and wove a story together that was so clear and emotionally impactful that I was moved. I was moved by this piece, and I don't get to see object theatre very often, at least not as often as I'd like. So I was so excited to see a piece which brought that purest form of puppetry to the spotlight. This isn't to say it's better, it's not to say that it's worse. It's different, and I love that. I was moved, and I loved watching it. It was a beautiful story, so thank you.
And for my honorable mention, I have to say this was my favorite video, and I find myself thinking about it like days after I watched it. It was so funny. It was I'm So Lonely. Oh my god. So funny, you guys. So funny. First, I loved the puppet design of this weird little triangle girl with giant hands. And her just dealing with life with these giant hands. I loved the visual storytelling of how she's wanting a friend. I mean, there was no words needed, with her opening up her cupboards and drawers and seeing just one of everything, one of every utensil. Very good storytelling, very clever. The sad little slide action. And I love the slow turn to the slide. She comes down, she's just this triangle. Oh, I have to say, the comedic timing of this piece was just chef's kiss. When the creepy creature comes out of the pond, he's like, hey, do you want a friend? And then the pause, and then the excited, yes. It's just so good. I loved that as a viewer, even though you see this relationship between these two characters very mismatched and very odd and strange, you're still rooting for them. You're just happy that she found a friend, even though it might get her into legal trouble. And the ending couldn't have been more perfect, with the bear saying, "I'm from the wishing pond." And then you realize, like, who the heck is this creep? And it might be from her head. And the realization of that with the dropping of the ice cream cone with her giant hands was just so funny. So congratulations. I loved your short. So good. So good.
I am giving up my honorable mention because the film was not qualified, but I would like to still acknowledge a film which was called Powerless, because it's a simple and very simply told film with very powerful, almost disturbing images, but it talks about something which is happening across the world right now. And what moved me about the film is that it uses strands of hair as the object and a bottle as the symbol of power, and talks about a very difficult situation in a very, very simple and effective way. And I believe this is the true power of puppets.
Well done, honourable mentions. You have all won Associate Artist membership to Puppet Place. But now, we have a little announcement to make.
First time ever, we have some challenge merch. I know, right? We got some of the very talented artists here at Puppet Place to design us 2 t-shirts and some stickers as well. Information about purchasing these can be found on our website, and all the proceeds made from these sales will go to us, hosting more events like this in the future and making this event, one that we can do every single year for the rest of time. So if you're interested in t-shirts and stickers, check out our website. Thank you so much to Flo, Katie and Izzy, who all did the designs for this year's merch. But enough about merch, it's time for us to talk about puppet films, especially those that have made it into the top 3. Now our top 3, as always, will receive Associate Artist membership to here at Puppet Place, and we have another special membership to offer as well, as we've had a wonderful donation from the British Puppet and Model Theatre Guild. They are offering 12-month subscription to their membership as prizes as well. So thank you so much to the Guild, that's an amazing prize, and we thank you so much for supporting our event. So that is what 2nd and 3rd place have won, but of course we're going to give 1st place a little something extra. So 1st place will not only win the memberships, but also they are going to win 2 amazing mentoring sessions. One with Brian Fisher from Practic Creations, one of our judges this year, as well as Claire from the Broken Puppet Theatre Company. And of course, 1st place will also win £100. My friends, it's time. Time to find out which films have won the Bristol 48-Hour Puppet Film Challenge 2023. Now what we're going to do is play all the judges' feedback and then replay the top 3 films after that. So make sure you stick around to the very end to get to see those top films again. Now on behalf of myself and Puppet Place, I just wanted to say a huge congratulations to anyone who managed to submit a film. Making a film in only 48 hours, let alone a puppet one, is a huge undertaking, so we all hope you're super proud of the films you submitted. We absolutely loved watching them all. But without further ado, let's find out who has won the 2023 challenge. So thank you so much for joining us everyone, and we hope to see you back again in 2024. This has been the Bristol 48-Hour Puppet Film Challenge 2023.
And in 3rd place, Fishade and Murk in Wacky Ouija Weirdness by Pent Up Productions.
Congratulations to our 3rd place winner, Fishhead and Murk.
What a great sense of humor. I could really feel the funny bone in this piece.
With this one, I loved the puppet design. I loved the shiny lips of the fish head. I loved the character, the confidence of the character.
This was a well-constructed song which remained strong throughout, not an easy feat, And also the beats towards the end continued to change, which is such an important thing with comedy and really, really was well nailed.
I also really loved Merc, and that weird creature and his warts is really cute. One of my favorite things about this film was the idea of making the genie a magnetic monster with eyeballs. I thought that was really different. I've never seen anything like that before, and it was a really cool choice.
Very well done, very funny, very enjoyable, and kept me on my toes.
And I have to give mad props for creating a whole rap. I know I couldn't do that, so congratulations.
And in second place, and the winner of Best of Bristol, and the winner of 16 to 21s is Lullaby a Baby by Jess Blakemore.
Congratulations to Lullaby a Baby for taking 3 awards. We have second place, we have Best of Bristol, and 16 to 21-year-olds. That's amazing. Congratulations.
What a strong and unique voice there is to this piece. I think anyone watching it will get the same visceral feelings that I will. Not the exact same, of course, but it really, really brought out a strong sense within me. It just was a clear voice which was unabashed, and I thought that was such a nice thing to experience while watching your film.
I thought this film was beautiful. I loved the atmosphere, the production design, the couch, the TV, the felted puppets. Everything was just gorgeous. The idea of it was so clever. I loved the idea of a dog going out to get a pet baby. That was very sweet. And then I loved how scary it got at the end.
As I said, it's got a very visceral feel to it, but at the same time as that, it's not that anything is superfluous. Everything felt like the cinematic language worked together with the feel and the voice that you have as a creator. It was a lovely piece to watch. I really enjoyed the fact that cinematic language came out so clearly within the shots that you chose. You chose some incredible shots and put them together very nicely, so it was a beautiful piece.
I also was a really big fan of the tiny little details, like when the dog was listening to the commercial on the TV and his little ear would be raised up by the string to show that the commercial got his attention. I just thought it was very clever and very sweet, so congratulations.
And in first place, and the overall winner of the Bristol 48-Hour Puppet Film Challenge 2023 is September Summoning Subscription by Double Dungarees.
Congratulations to our first place winner, September Summoning Subscription.
There was a lovely pacing to this piece, especially in the beginning. I really enjoyed the rhythms that you were getting in those first shots within this film. Really, really nice pace for it. It was working really well.
I loved the look of the puppet. I thought it was beautifully made. And I loved the eye mechanism. I thought that was really cool. And I loved the fern hair. I thought that was a very charming choice.
One thing that I really enjoyed was the inclusion of the puppeteer behind the puppet in the scene when it's under the umbrella. I think the reason that I liked this the most is that sometimes if you see the puppeteer, it can feel like it takes you out of it. But this one, when I saw the puppeteer behind the puppet, it almost drew me into the puppet's perspective more. I felt like all of a sudden I could feel who was telling the story. And it's not to say that the puppet wasn't telling the story, it's to say that the puppeteer is always as important as the puppet, whether you see them or not. They are what is indicating what's happening, or is it the puppet that's telling the puppeteer what to do? Either way, no matter how you look at it, I enjoyed when we got to see the puppeteer behind the puppet. It really drew me into the story of that puppet.
The whole film was beautifully shot, and I especially liked the song. And I thought it went perfectly with all of the actions, and it was so sweet and soft and lovely.
Overall, it was a lovely story. It was well filmed and it was sensitively told. I really enjoyed it.
the whole idea was such a sweet concept of summoning a sweetie pie, and then it actually turns out to be a pie, and then there's a knock. So congratulations, and it was well deserved.
Power.
Open glass?
Not now, Merc. We have work to do. You see, when I was a young tadpole...
Stop!
Yes, you're right. The mouse would have me over a barrel. He should be so lucky.
Ooh, someone's laying down a beat. When I was young, I wanted one thing only, and that one thing was a water pony. But they didn't exist, you see. I had to make one, but my power was low, and so I was forsaken. But now I've grown older, I've grown a bit bolder. There's a power that's greater, or so I've been told, yeah. It'll grant all our wishes I've stored in this folder. So let's steam ahead before we get a bit colder. Bring me my things. I need a board and a planchet. A glass will do. Oh, and my tartan red blanket. We'll need a candle, a spark, a box of old dark, a gecko's ear, and a chap called Mark.
Hello.
Not you, darling. I'll see you next week. Merc, I need a bushel of sparrow's teeth. So that's all we'll need. I think we're all set. Oh, that's not a sparrow. That's someone's pet. That won't do. I'll feel like a meanie. Let's open this portal and summon a genie. I know what I want, it's been the same for some time. My taste is perfect, my fashion divine. The only thing left is power that's mine. I wish for power. If I can't have power, I'll have everything else. The bottom, the middle, the whole top shelf. Riches galore, gems and more. Who needs power? I wish for well. If I was younger, I would have said love. Now that I'm older, I know I'm enough. I don't need love. I hate people near me. All I wish is for people to fear me. Really? Seriously? What will you grant? What if I wanted a pineapple plant? I wish that mermaids all died with their insides outside, and the grotesque was pretty, and Merc was more witty, for jets and jet skis and more, that Escort would get back together and tour. Give me a colour that nobody's seen. I want something so mean.
I'm not a genie, you slimy old fish. I'm a blood demon, I won't grant your wish. You've given me power, my wishes are free. Your wishes are mine, so burn out to me.
I wish we stayed at home.
Huh?
Huh?
Get ready to hear about the deal of the century. Not half price, not a quarter of the price, but we're offering you the chance to expand your family for the low, low price of £1. Yes, that's right, folks, £1. Feeling lonely? Well, open your hearts and your homes to a darling child. Let your worries float away and lullaby a baby in our closing down sale today. Terms and conditions apply. We have a strict no return policy, nor are we liable for any damage or personal injury resulting from the child.
news just in, a nationwide product recall has been announced today by Lullaby Baby Co. The company filed for bankruptcy last week, and in their closing down sale, where they were selling children for the price of £1, has been linked to many abductions across the country. These children are thought to be armed and dangerous, so if you see a child, do not approach.
Outside the rain is pouring, inside the tea is warming. It would taste better to share it with you. We'll tiptoe down the garden, full bloom 'cause spring is started. It would be better with someone new. Gets lonely in the forest, love bugs will sing their chorus. I hear them calling to you. Now I know what was missing. I'll trade you leaves for kisses and taste the sweet of morning dew. Clear out the webs, dust off the spiders, fix up my head. Hope you don't mind the cold in the shed. I think we'll be just fine.